Hello, welcome to my final review video on Nevertheless. Previously, I had made videos commentating on and reviewing each individual episode of Nevertheless. So, I've done 10 videos on Nevertheless, and this is the 11th. While those first 10 videos were more focused on my initial reaction in the moment, this video is going to be more of a technical look at the entire drama as a whole. When I reviewed the Korean drama The Third Charm, in my final review video, I had to basically do a rewrite of the entire drama because it was just so bad. Fortunately, for Nevertheless, it isn't as bad. There are still some redeemable qualities. Things just need to be moved around a bit and things need to be taken out. But I have a good base to work with. I'm Jae Eon, and this is my professionally unprofessional opinion on how Nevertheless can be made into a drama that could be more enjoyable. Okay, I'm gonna start by giving Nevertheless a final star rating. This rating is heavily influenced by my own personal enjoyment of the drama while watching. For instance, I may give a drama a lot of stars even though it didn't technically deserve it, just because I had a lot of fun watching, and vice versa. I may rate something that's technically decent really low just because I personally was really bored and wasn't connecting with the story or the characters. So far, Nevertheless, I've had it at 2 stars. So let's see if it's gonna end up on a 2. Let's check out my notes on it. Good camera work, production. Good music. And then for the negatives, sudden character changes that don't make sense. We see that in side characters. Bitna was one of them. Sola was one of them. Some dialogue doesn't feel authentic. And that's that narration thing that I have a huge problem with, where it feels like the characters are just NPCs verbalizing the plot to us. I noticed this issue with the art teacher in particular. It wasn't as bad as The Third Charm. The Third Charm, it was like every 5 minutes. Dialogue can feel very amateur. A well-written drama, they should show it, not say it. When they say things that they could show us as an audience in a creative way, then those things that they say just seem really amateur. Side characters and their stories are lame. They feel like they're thrown in there like token stories. If you're gonna put a whole love story, spend some time on it. Develop it. Alright, and then we got unlikable leads. I'm sure there's a lot of people that like them, but from what I read, a lot of people didn't like Nabi especially. And I can see why. Nabi did get really annoying there, and watching her go back and forth. Like, she finally figures something out, but then she does the wrong thing anyway. That was really frustrating. I think Nabi and Jaeon, they're better written than the side characters. All the side characters sucked. Except for the second male lead and the roommate couple. They're all really annoying, really selfish, inconsiderate. They were the most frustrating thing about the drama. The aunt, I think, okay, hot take, the aunt was the worst character in this drama. Is that a hot take? She was like the handicapped brother in The Third Charm. The authority figure of the female lead that basically would normalize the toxic relationship and twist the meaning of love, as well as minimize and maybe even invalidate Nabi's feelings and experience. The side characters, I hated the side characters, but I didn't hate Nabi and Jaeon. They were entertaining, so in that sense I didn't hate them, but they did get frustrating. They weren't nearly as bad as the Third Charm characters. Likeable characters all around. Unexpected change up in the last 2 episodes. Doesn't feel real. There is another positive thing I can say about this drama. Accurate depiction of narcissistic abuse, which I did really like that. And I think the first episode or 2 was really good at showing how Nabi suffered from narcissistic abuse. I wish they showed it more in the moms of Nabi and Jaeon. The arguing / fighting dialogue is realistic. I think The Third Charm did a really good job in that area too, where it was so realistic that I was like having flashbacks. This one I think did a pretty good job as well. Here, this is another thing I can say is a negative about this drama, which really hurt it. Bad acting. And not all the time, not all the acting was bad, but most of the acting was bad, especially with the side characters. The main characters didn't have good acting. The the two leads until the end. Like halfway through the drama until the end, their acting really improved a lot, but the side characters were all pretty bad. Yeah, the acting wasn't great. Sorry. And I think I tried to block it out of my memory, but I have to mention the PPL. It was so bad. One of the worst offenders I've ever seen. Did I like it more than Tell Me That You Love Me? No. I do think it's better than Personal Taste. Or at least on par. Is it better than My Demon? Yes. I don't really have to think about that. It is slightly better. Do I agree with the overall message? Hell no. Do I really like any of the characters in the drama? Hell no. I think I'm gonna have to go with it too. I think I was right. I think it's on par with Personal Taste. The good camera work and the good music can only get this drama so far, and it got it 2 stars. Well, that was painful. But now that the hard part's out of the way, we can figure out what needs to be changed in order to improve this drama. When it comes to Nevertheless, I don't think I'll ever agree with its overall message. But the good news is the story doesn't need a complete overhaul. The main area of improvement that this drama needs that would more effectively sell this story and its message to its audience is to flesh out the main story. It's actually not too complicated. I'll explain how I'd do this, but first let's take a look at the message that this story is trying to get across. Okay, so I brainstormed and compiled a list of possible messages based on dialogue throughout the drama, and here's what I came up with. Follow your heart, even if it's taking you into the pits of hell. Acceptance of various types of relationships and not just healthy ones. Turning trauma and shame into strength and self-acceptance. Not giving up on fate or not fighting against fate. Overcoming a fear of commitment or a fear of being hurt by someone. The bad experience of life are just as important for growth as the good. Don't be afraid of pursuing things just because they seem scary or difficult. Regaining a belief in fate or love. Seeing failure as an opportunity for growth. Alright, now keeping those messages in mind, the first thing that needs to be done to improve this drama is to cut out the side characters. I know, even I like the 2 roommates, but sacrifices need to be made. I don't want to get rid of the characters themselves completely. I just want to get rid of their love stories. Let's quickly take a look at the 3 side stories and see what their purpose is in supporting the intended messages of the drama. We've got Soul and the Princess, Bitna and Beanie Guy, and the 2 roommates. So right off the bat, the 2 roommates, they're not even a part of the main friend group, which consists of 4 more characters that I haven't even mentioned. Second, they barely get any screen time. Third, it's the only healthy relationship in the drama, so it doesn't fit with the drama's theme, which seems to be toxic relationships. I really don't know why this story is even in this drama. There seems to be really no purpose, and it has no connection to the main characters or their story. I mean, they barely even interact with the main characters. Obviously, that story can easily be cut out and have no effect on the overall drama, because it's barely even in the drama in the first place. Then we have Bitna and Beanie Guy. These 2 characters are just a mirror of the main couple, except with the genders reversed. So, Bitna is the female Jaeon, and Beanie Guy is the male Nabi. I can see a clear purpose for wanting these characters in the drama. They wanted to give Jaeon a male version of Nabi to confide in, and give Jaeon insight into Nabi's feelings. But this concept could have been implemented in a much better way without needing to include a whole side love story. Look at Kim Young-gi in Queen of Tears, for example. He's the best friend and confidant for the male lead. He's such a well-written character with a strong personality, without any backstory or side story. And he's extremely likable because his dialogue is written in a way that makes him feel like a real person. And Moon Tae-yu's acting also attributes to this. He was actually my favorite character in Queen of Tears, and he's a side character, whose whole purpose is just to be the male lead's confidant. Crazy. But that's a great example of a good support character without having to build up some backstory or side story, and just let the dialogue writing and the acting build the character and build the likability of the character. So, like Kim Young-gi's role in Queen of Tears, there is a purpose for Beanie Guy's role in Nevertheless. But We don't need to be all up in his business about his relationship for him to be an effective character. Bitna, on the other hand, just felt like an obstacle getting in the way of the drama. I just feel like I need to push her off the stage when I see her. Now let's look at Sol and the princess. This is a same-sex love story with absolutely zero depth. There's so much to explore with such a heavy, complex conflict, and literally nothing is explored. And the conflicts are wrapped up suddenly in just a simple, common fear that everyone and their mother has about any serious relationship. What if we break up and we lose what we had? It didn't even make sense to their situation because their relationship as friends was already strained. They had already lost what they had once had. So in order to do this side love story any justice, a lot more time and attention would need to be spent on it. And I don't think there's time for that story and the main love story in a 10-episode drama. Also, Nevertheless was adapted from a webtoon. I have not read the webtoon. I have heard that Sol and Jiwon, the princess, are not in the webtoon. At least they don't have any love story going on with anyone. They're just classmates. I think that's why the story just feels like it's thrown in there, and there's no depth behind it. These side stories are less than half-assed, but as characters I see value in most of them. Beanie Guy is Jaeon's confidant. Bitna as the one that understands Jaeon's player BS because she's also a player. Sol and the princess as Nabi's confidants, with Sol giving bad advice and the princess giving good advice. The two roommates being more mature, positive role models, modeling a healthy, loving relationship to the younger students. So I would change them to be an already established couple. So I would push these characters into the background, and Sola and Do-hyuk, I would want to prop them up more, especially Sola. She's a character that hardly got any screen time, got no background information, got no character building, but I think she really needs it. If we build her up, we'll understand Jae-eon more. I'd also cut Eunhan's character altogether. I don't think he really added anything to the story, and he disappears in a stupid way, never to be seen again. So now, with all this time freed up after cutting all these side storylines, in the first 5 episodes, I would really focus on developing Nabi and Jaeon's relationship, going from distrustful to hesitant to giving in to acceptance to comfort. The bed montage in episode 4, by the way, was great. I think it was the one moment in this drama that most effectively portrayed their compatibility, intimacy, and complete comfort in one another. I was like, wait, this is actually cute. This relationship might work. But I didn't think that for long. Great scene though. Best in the series in my opinion. But anyway, during the first half of the drama, I'd also focus on developing Nabi's backstory, as well as giving Sola some backstory. So I have this idea to turn a disposable character into a more meaningful character. Remember that random guy that attacked Jae-eon at the end of episode 4? Well, what I would do is not make him so random, and actually make him a part of Sola's backstory. I would make this random dude someone who knows Jae-eon, because it doesn't really make sense that this grown-ass man who doesn't even know Jae-eon finds him at night at his college to attack him. Very strange. So I think it would make more sense if this guy actually knows Jae-eon. He could be an ex-best friend or a family member, like an older brother or a cousin that has become estranged from Jae-eon because of Jae-eon's past actions, his player stuff. So I have this idea that he's pissed off at Jae-eon because of something to do with Sola. Maybe he blames Jae-eon for corrupting Sola, turning her into a player. And he's extra pissed because Jae-eon hasn't been as attentive to Sola because he's been hooking up with Nabi. So there, we're adding backstory to Sola and Jae-eon, and we're making this random scene in episode 4 a little more believable, a little less random. So for Nabi, instead of the pointless amusement park scene, Nabi should be revisiting her childhood, her past self before the abusive relationship. This should be done to show a healing process for Nabi. The drama does this somewhat, but it gets turned into more of a series of dates with the second male lead. Instead, I would have them remain completely platonic and even add in more childhood friends in her hometown that she reconnects with and reminisces with without it getting interrupted by the toxic friends from her school. Ugh, we've got to do something with this aunt. I think the aunt should be leading Nabi and her mom to reconciliation rather than covering for the mom's failures. Because really this drama should be about healing from childhood trauma, because Jae Eon and Nabi are both suffering from the effect of neglect as children. I think it's really gross how this drama covers for the moms and kind of makes them look like admirable people. Nabi and Jae Eon are the way they are because of their moms. And I think they can't heal until that issue is addressed. And the drama did not handle that well at all. I'm not saying there should be redemption for the moms. I'm saying there should be a confrontation at least. Maybe they won't want to take accountability for what they did in the past and what they are currently doing, actually. There should at least be acknowledgement of it to give Nabi and Jae Eon a sense of validation about what they went through as children. So yeah, I guess my version would be more of a healing drama. It might not be all butterflies and rainbows, though. They might end up having to cut ties with their moms. Now let's get into a big reason why this drama failed, in my opinion. Because the writers chose to have Nabi and Jae Eon end up together, they have to sell the romance to us. They have to make us believe that Jae Eon and Nabi's relationship is completely viable and it can work. But I didn't buy it. I didn't become a believer. So why didn't I buy it? Other than the fact that their relationship is toxic as hell. Let's start from the beginning. First of all, I hate narration. To me, it's lazy storytelling. Rather than showing us the story, they tell us, which defeats the purpose of film being a visual storytelling art form. However, with limited time, narration can be used to convey a lot of vital information. That's what we see here in the beginning of Nevertheless. Nabi quickly goes over her entire abusive relationship and how it ended, probably months or even years worth of events, explained in just a few minutes. So the narration makes sense here. And at the end of episode 2, when she says the gates of hell have opened, I thought that narration fit. However, the narration doesn't stay consistent throughout the drama, especially by the second half of the drama. Jae Eon randomly begins to narrate in episode 6, but only twice, I think. And then in episode 9 and 10, we get narration from both of the leads, and a lot of it. It felt like the narration became a crutch. Instead of using creative visual storytelling techniques, they simply tell the audience how they're feeling. And even with the use of this narration, I feel like we still don't really understand the leads, especially Jae Eon. A major reason for this is that we don't really get any background information on Jae Eon. He mostly remains a mystery. Even in the end, when he mysteriously vanishes like he's the girl from Paper Towns or some shit. I get why the writers would want him to remain a mystery, because this drama is predominantly shown from Nabi's perspective, but since that perspective starts to shift in episode 5, they should have taken that opportunity to flesh out Jae Eon's character more, at least to the audience, not necessarily to Nabi. He can remain a mystery to Nabi, but since the writers intend for the two leads to end up together, the audience needs to know more about Jae Eon in order to accept him, flaws and all. Alright, so from episode 1 to 5, the drama is from Nabi's perspective. She sees Jae Eon as a mysterious, alluring figure that she can't quite get a read on. So really, she views him as a danger or a threat, especially because of that toxic relationship she had just gotten out of. So the music, camera work, narration can all reflect her perspective. And it does for the most part. Jae Eon comes across as calculating, creepy, manipulative, and even dangerous with some of these camera shots, although Nabi also finds him alluring despite the warning signs. Then at episode 5, the tone should shift along with the perspective. We should begin to observe Jae Eon in secret, how he is when he's not around Nabi, how he is when he thinks no one's watching. They attempt this a little bit, but it remains extremely superficial. This is when we should really be seeing emotion out of Jae Eon, when he's alone, when he can take off the mask. However, in the drama, we don't see authentic emotion from him until episode 10, really, when he says goodbye to Nabi. So, because we don't get to know the real Jae Eon behind the scenes, we don't see his character development. We don't really believe that he's having authentic revelations that are changing him as a person. So in episode 10, when Jae finally releases his butterflies and says, "I don't think I can stay by her side any longer in a vague relationship like this," I thought, why? I thought he likes vague relationships. This is the problem that Nabi has with him, not the problem that he has with himself. When did he start thinking like Nabi? I can understand why he decided to change, because a girl he really likes called him out on his bullshit, and no one ever did that to him before. Basically, it was like she had held up a mirror in front of his face and got him to really look at himself and see through the cracks in his own mask. I get that completely, but the drama didn't show that. I had to use my own logic and reasoning to fill in the gaps there. The drama needs to show it. Another reason that Jaeon's character growth doesn't feel believable is because of his mysterious vanishing. The way he acts like he wants to say something but doesn't. The way he shows emotion for the first time. It still feels like manipulation. Like this is just another phase of the push and pull tactic that he's been using. It's like he left Nabi with a lack of closure on purpose to keep her fixated on him. He leaves the drawings behind too. It just feels like another calculated move and not sincere at all. He has learned nothing. So I have a few ideas on how to fix this also. In the first half of the drama, while we have Nabi doing some much needed healing with some old friends, Jae is having an identity crisis. He's doing a lot of self-reflection. He's seeing himself for who he really is. He's seeing the mask. He's seeing how fake he is. And he's having a breakdown. And it's going to be very messy. There's going to be a lot of emotion. There's going to be a lot of crazy behavior, which we do see a little bit of, but like I said before about this drama, it remains superficial, barely scratching the surface. This drama really needs some follow through with the concepts. You'd think an art-centered drama with a heavy usage of metaphors would show it rather than say it. Like, instead of saying that he's sick of himself, show it. In the Korean drama White Christmas, for example, they had a character catch his reflection in a mirror as he's doing something shameful, acting in a shameful manner. He sees how he looks, all bloodied and unrecognizable to himself, and it scares him. It scares him so much that it makes him want to change his course from the dark path that he was heading in. So here's a similar idea on how to show that Jaeon's sick of himself instead of just having him say it. Remember that one night stand that Jaeon had in episode 6? I'd make that scene much more meaningful. Jae could be in full-on player mode, looking fake as hell, acting fake as hell, and he's in the bar with that girl, and he catches his reflection in a mirror, and he sees the fakeness. Because Nabi had already called him out on it, so then in the middle of his act, his routine, he sees himself, and he thinks about what Nabi said, and he's realizing that she's right and that he's fake and he doesn't know who he is. He doesn't have a real personality. He's just been wearing this mask this whole time. He built up this facade. So that's what starts the identity crisis. And the mirror could have a crack going through it to symbolize that his facade is crumbling or that he's seeing through the cracks in his mask. I also want to talk about the statue being destroyed by the random flying fan. So dumb. So unrealistic. Instead, I would have it more meaningful to the story to where maybe the breakdowns that Nabi and Jaeon especially are having come to a head and maybe they're fighting and they accidentally break the statue or maybe they break it on purpose and then they decide to fix it together. I think it would be a stronger metaphor having one of them or both of them break the statue, which represents their healing and their relationship. As in, they're the ones that are destroying their relationship. And it's not just some random freak accident. It's a result of their own toxic behavior. And then they come together to fix it and begin a healthy relationship. In my version, the second half of the drama would be very, very dark, very emotional, kind of scary, kind of crazy. But I think at the end, when the statue is revealed, and it's lit up with these lights and it looks powerful. It's like this powerful image of rebirth or overcoming trauma. It would really have even more of an impact of that symbolism of a butterfly being in the chrysalis, in the dark, going through all this turmoil in this transformation process. So when the butterfly finally emerges from the chrysalis after all that darkness, after all that horribleness, the scene is that much more impactful. Seeing the statue finished, I think, was another really powerful scene, but I think that these changes would make it even stronger. Alright, I gotta talk about this pervert scene in the beginning of the drama when Nabi and Jaeon hang out with the group for the first time. The scene here is trying to get across that Jaeon is respectful to women. He respects women versus this creepy guy that doesn't respect women. And this is why the girls like Jaeon. It didn't effectively get across the writer's intended message, which is, Jaeon's not like other creeps. To me, this scene looked more like a double standard. If you're hot, you can be a creep and get away with it. If you're not, then everyone's just gonna think you're a pervert. And also, it's just perpetuating a very offensive stereotype. To fix this, it's easy. Just make this pervert character a hot guy as well. Then we'll have the dynamic of the hot guy player that's disrespectful towards women versus the hot guy player that respects women. I think it would really help paint Jaeon in a more positive light for the audience very early on in the drama. One more element that this drama is lacking, which it really needs, is a clear voice of reason that viewers can identify with to keep us from getting too frustrated with the plot. In the third charm, Junyoung's parents were the voice of reason, at least for me, but they didn't appear in the drama enough. And nevertheless, it could be Beanie Guy, or the aunt, or the princess, but preferably it should be somebody that will be a consistent presence throughout the drama. We also need an explanation for Jaeon's butterfly obsession. I mean, he has a severe obsession. It's kind of concerning. I was waiting for an explanation, and when he finally gave one, it was kind of just dumb. What I would do is make it connected to his mom, because we know Jaeon has issues from his childhood regarding his neglectful mom. He didn't get attention from his mom. She was always away with her career. She used materialism and gifts as a replacement for her presence in his life. So maybe Jaeon could be so obsessed with butterflies because they remind him of his mom, and he just craves that connection with her, and so maybe that's why he's obsessed. I need something. I need something like that. Help me, please. We need more meaning behind things. We need things to feel like they have intention behind them and depth. Oy. So I think I covered all the glaring problems with the Korean drama, nevertheless, and how to fix them. I want to point out, though, that I'm not crazy, okay? This drama did come across as a thriller, and that's because the webtoon it's adapted from is actually more of a thriller. From what I've read, the webtoon is a lot more depressing, and Jaeon is a really bad person, like irredeemably bad. But the drama decided to gaslight us by doing a switch up at the end and humanizing Jaeon and giving him a bit of a redemption arc. It's doable, especially with the changes I've made. What do you think? Do you like the changes? Do you agree with me turning it into more of a healing drama? Maybe it should have stayed a thriller like the webtoon? Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next controversial Korean drama review.
제발 그 진실을 멈춰주세요.